Hello, folks, and welcome to another live stream and live dialogue and live teaching also on the topic is Muhammad prophesied in the Bible. So we've been looking at is Muhammad prophesied in the Bible. We've looked at so many verses and we've unpacked all of these verses to prove that the tools or the verses Muslims, apologists, and scholars use in in showing that Muhammad is prophesied in the Bible are all false and all untrue. So today we'll be looking at another verse that Muslim scholars and apologists often use to prove the prophecy of Muhammad in the Bible, which is Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7. So how true are these? Is Muhammad indeed prophesied in Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7? You're about to find out. So with me to unpack all this together is my brother John Christian Thoughts. He's going to take us on the journey to unpack all of this, Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7, on, on if Muhammad is prophesied in these chapters of the book of Daniel. So sit tight and enjoy the ride. And if you have any kind of comments, you can join the 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 live chat. If you have any suggestion after the presentation, would 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 be we will be accommodating guests, and if you want to see anything concerning it, you can join. I'll be posting the link right on the group chat right now, so you can just join us after the full presentation on Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7. So, brother, whenever you're ready, you can take over. Your mic, we're not hearing what you're saying.
Sorry about that. I literally just said I'm a little tired. You can see, obviously, I didn't even realize I was muted, but it's just the week. It's been a little stressful, but I'm happy to be here. Serve the kingdom here. The heck? Oh, okay. Let's serve the kingdom here and refute arguments that attempt to cast down our faith, casting down arguments against our faith. And so I'm happy to be here to talk about this. Share my screen. Pray for me, guys, because real life has just been kind of a hassle lately. Okay, so is Muhammad in Daniel 2 and Daniel 7. So what is the fifth kingdom? That's what we're going to be exploring today. It's written by me, obviously. We're doing it on the Christian Apologetics Network channel. I do ask that if we're going to use this slideshow, that you keep this part here on the bottom. You can change whatever else you want or add if you want to add more information, but please keep that part, because or at least keep the channel name so that you know that it's on this channel, Christian Apologetics Network, because I don't want to take that away. So intro, we looked at several passages and I've seen that Muhammad isn't in any of them. Now we look at arguably the strongest Muhammad in the Bible arguments, in my opinion. It's still wrong, but it's stronger than the other arguments. So when we've looked at Genesis 17, Deuteronomy 18, Deuteronomy 32, with Habakkuk 3. We looked at the Psalms, Isaiah. Oh, shoot. What else did we look at? Is that all of them? I don't know. But we looked at a lot of passages, obviously. And so we see that Muhammad is not in these passages. This is just, Psalm 5 not Psalm, Song of Solomon 5 as well. They're butchering either the Hebrew or whatever, right? But this one I think is probably their strongest argument, because it's more grounded in history, more not fully, but more grounded in history and the text than any of the other arguments. This argument specifically gets into eschatology, so I'll be representing the partial preterist position, but I'll try to also include the futurist position when I can. So just really quick, there's full preterism, then there's partial preterism. Full preterism is heresy because it rejects the second coming. I do not reject the second coming. That is a hope I have that Jesus is coming back. Partial preterism is different. in that most of the prophecies in the Bible are fulfilled, but there is still a second coming. And so there are still prophecies that are yet to be fulfilled, excuse me, in the second coming, the resurrection, etc., etc. So when I say preterist or partial preterist, I'm not saying Jesus isn't coming back. So please do not misrepresent me. Now, obviously, the futurist position holds Daniel to be still in the future and that these prophecies are yet to be fulfilled. I will start by doing a steel man of the argument, then giving a brief point about history, and making key observations of the text to show why this isn't the Islamic kingdom, but Christ's kingdom. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be explaining what the Muslim argument is. We're going to make a point about more like 2 points about history, because the first one is going to be when Rome fell. The second one is going to be on the interpretation of the 10 toes, and that's going to be about history. So we're going to get into it. So what is the Muslim argument? The argument is very straightforward. It doesn't include any crazy text critical or Muhammad's name arguments, and probably their closest argument to being contextually grounded. The argument is that the fourth kingdom, Rome, was destroyed by the fifth kingdom, the Islamic kingdom, which destroyed the Eastern Roman Empire in 1453. So that is the basic argument. Rome's the fourth kingdom. The fifth kingdom destroys Rome. Islam destroyed Rome. Therefore, Islam is the fifth kingdom. There's other minor points we're going to get into. So without, let's just dive right into it. So when did Rome fall? Did it fall in 1453 or 476? So there is a historical debate about whether Rome fell in either 1453 or 476. This is because Rome split in 395 in the Western and Eastern empires. And so the Western Empire fell in 476. And many don't count the surviving Eastern Empire as Rome. Right, so when it split, some people say, well, the Western Empire, that's the real Rome. The Eastern Empire is something else, or things like that, right? It's debated. So I think the majority position among historians and people in general is that 476 is the true fall of Rome. But again, this is something debated, and it's hard to pinpoint and say, yeah, 1453 is the true fall of Rome. It's a heavily debated thing among history. So this is also significant because it means the Islamic kingdom only, if you count the Eastern Empire, conquered part of Rome, whilst the barbarians in 476 conquered the western part. So let's put this into perspective. Before Muhammad even rose up, you have the barbarians like the Goths, etc. Those people, they're having war with Rome, and they eventually conquer the Western Empire in 476. So that's already done. That Western Empire is destroyed. Fast forward to 1453, the Eastern Empire is also destroyed by the Ottoman Turks, which is an Islamic army, Islamic kingdom. So, but the thing is, the Western Empire already fell almost 1,000 years before. So, can we really say that Islam destroyed Rome? Can we credit Islam with the fall of Rome? It's hard to argue that because of the split and the different years of when they fell, the different dates. So it's hard to make that argument. And it must be asked if we can really credit Islam with taking down Rome, or it can be asked if we can really credit Islam for taking down Rome if they didn't conquer the western part, only the surviving eastern part, right? Let me give you an analogy. Let's say, let's say there's a team of 4 people, right? And then somebody goes up and destroys 2 of those guys, right? Beats them up, takes them down, then leaves. I come in, take down the other 2 guys, and then I say, look at that, I destroyed the team. Look at me. Can I really say that? I mean, I can credit myself with finishing the job, but I didn't destroy the team. So that's the issue. All right, the 10 toes. So Muslims argue. I saw this from Libiano, Orthodox Muslim. I don't know if other Muslims argue this, but he argues that the 10 toes refers to the division of Rome in AD 395, which happens after Christ. Therefore, it must be fulfilled in Muhammad, not Jesus. And so he's referring, obviously, to the split of Rome into the Western and Eastern Empire, and the toes, obviously, the division, right? That's the argument. kind of problematic. Why? So it isn't as easy as that, however, because the empire wasn't divided into 10 then, just the Western and Eastern empires. This doesn't line up with the 10 toes unless you interpret it symbolically, as some Christians do, which is hard to do in light of the 10 horns and kings in chapter 7, verse 7 and 24. Which, do I have these pulled up? I don't. But in chapter 7, verse 7 and verse 24, verse 7 talks about the 10 horns, and then in verse 24 interprets the 10 horns as 10 kings. So the 10 horns corresponds to the 10 toes, and the 10 kings corresponds to that. So, because the beast corresponds to the legs of iron. So, that's the issue there, right? So it's really hard to argue that, yeah, this 10 toes is really just a split of Rome, because they just split into 2 empires. There wasn't a 10 province or 10 thing anything. So what is it really? Some attempt to line this up with 10 provinces in some point in history. There's various positions on that. But I think personally the best understanding is 10 Caesars, starting from either Julius or Augustus and ending in around 70 AD. So whoever you go with, either Julius or Augustus, it will end in an emperor around there in 70 AD. In fact, I'll pull this up now. I think this book I have here lists the Caesars. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Okay. It's page 15, I think. Let's see. Okay. Hang on a second. I don't know if it's there. One second. There should be a list of the. Okay, never mind. I can't find it. I don't want to waste too much time on this. So, but if you go with either Augustus or what is this? Worship in order of the church. If you go with either Augustus or Julius, both work and will end around the time in 70 AD where the destruction of the temple happens. So, yeah, I wish I could put it up on the screen, but I couldn't really. I didn't really take time to find that, but really neat stuff. All right, we're gonna dive deeper into the text now, and I want to say this: I love the Book of Daniel. It's a really interesting book on the prophecy, end times, eschatology. It's really awesome, and I do recommend you actually dive deeper into it and not just look at, oh well, let's look at what the Muslims say. Let's you could dive deeper into it. It's really interesting. So key observation number 1, made without hands. In Daniel chapter 2, 34 and 45, verse 34 and verse 45, we see a stone cut without hands. Interpreters differ on whether this stone is Christ himself or the kingdom growing into a mountain. For argument's sake, we will say it is the kingdom, but if our Muslim friends don't like that and say it is Christ, then they end up conceding the argument. Why? Because the entire point is that they're trying to argue that it's not Christ's kingdom, it's Muhammad's Islamic kingdom, or Allah's. And so if you say, no, the stone can't be the kingdom, it has to be Christ, then you concede the argument and say that it is Christ whose kingdom it belongs to. So, cut without hands, made without hands, and it's Christ. So, the phrase without hands means without human means. This is seen in Daniel 8:25, where Antiochus dies without the sword, but deep grief and disease. It was by divine judgment he died. Therefore, Daniel 2, the kingdom is established without human means. So I'm going to share this tab. We're going to look at a few of these passages here, and then I'll pull it up in the website here and pull out our Bible really quick. But let's do this one by one. So these are the verses I was talking about. Daniel 2:34. You watch while a stone was cut without hands, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay and broke them in pieces. Right. So you have the stone cut without hands. And then again in verse 44, inasmuch as you saw the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God has made known to the king what will come to pass after this. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is sure. Right? So the stone cut without hands. Same phrase in Daniel 8:25, which is about Antiochus. And you can actually read how this is fulfilled in 1 Maccabees chapter 6, where it documents how he dies. Right? He didn't die by a sword. He got, I forget what happened exactly. I think there was something that didn't go his way, and he got really depressed, and they actually got sick and died from that. So just keep that in mind as we go here. Through his cunning, he shall cause deceit to prosper under his rule, and he shall exalt himself in his heart. He shall destroy many in their prosperity. He shall even rise against the prince of princes. But he shall be broken down without human means, literally in the Hebrew, without hand, right? So, so if he died without any human means, he just got struck by God with sickness and a depression, right? That means that it is without humans, without human means. No man did it to him. It was God alone. It was the work of God. So therefore, when the stone is cut without hands, it is done by God, and it's not done through human means. Right? No human does it. And so, then I just want to share with you really quick. So that I was trying to show you the Hebrew. So, yeah, without hand right here in this is the Hebrew, and then the Aramaic also. The Aramaic has a similar phrase. We're gonna go back to Daniel 2 for that. Let's go back to Daniel 2. Hold on. Go 35. Wait a minute, no, 34. I'm sorry. So I think this is it right here. These two words here. So yeah, without hands. It's the same in the Aramaic in Daniel 2, and then the Hebrew in Daniel. It means the same thing. So that's one of the principles of interpreting Daniel. Is a lot of lost connect. Okay, I don't need the screen share audio. That is one of the principles of interpreting Daniel. Is Daniel is the best interpreter of Daniel. So if we see that without human means, or without hands means without human means, then we got to be consistent. So what am I getting at here? Why is this important? Unfortunately for our Muslim friends, the Islamic kingdom was established through human means. Even if you want to say God was working through them, you have to admit that there were men involved in the conquering, right? So Islam, right? There was conquering of places, nations, and so that's how the kingdom spread, right? Not by God establishing it without human means. No, it was spread with the sword, right? They conquered, which I'm not trying to argue that it was wrong. The point I'm making is this does not line up with what Daniel is saying, because without hands means without human means. Therefore, the Islamic kingdom fails that test because it is without hands that is established. So, under the partial preterist view, Christ's kingdom is not of this world. John 18:26. I'm going to get this ready here. Oh, I made a mistake. Hold on. Wait. 36. Oh my goodness. 1 second. I want to make sure I have this ready when I pull it up. Okay, so John 18:36. Christ's kingdom is not of this world and is within believers. Luke 17:21. This is clearly a divine kingdom no human can establish. And the futurists will obviously say that Christ's millennial reign will be established by God, not man, in the future. So those are the two views there. So I'm going to go down to John 18:36. This Pilate was questioning him, and Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would fight, so that I should not be delivered to the Jews. but now my kingdom is not from here. Right? So Christ's kingdom is not of this world. What is the kingdom? Luke 17:21. Nor will they say, see here or see there, for indeed the kingdom of God is within you. Right? So, or in your midst. And so under the partial preterist view, and you could be like amillennial or post-millennial and believe this, the kingdom is within the hearts of believers, the church. And so that is not a kingdom established by man. That is established by God. No man can establish such a kingdom. That is not a kingdom that man establishes. That is for God alone. And so we see how that fulfills the aspect of made without hands. Whether you take the partial preterist view, futures, or other views, this is fulfilled in that the kingdom is established without any human means. It is from God. Okay, key observation 2, an eternal kingdom. Daniel clearly presents the kingdom as eternal. So we'll look at these passages. So inasmuch as you saw the stone cut out of the mountain without hands, and that broken in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God has made known to the king. Wait. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why I included that. That didn't really tell me much. I think I was talking about when it grows into a mountain. All right, never mind. We'll move on. We'll go to Daniel 7:14. Then to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom. And his dominion is an everlasting dominion. Right here, right? His dominion is an everlasting dominion, never ending, and his kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So it's clear. This is clearly an eternal kingdom. This doesn't just last for a little bit. It's an eternal kingdom. Verse 18, but the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people, the saints of the Most High. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Right? So that's what's going on there, right? It's an everlasting, eternal kingdom. This is complicated for Islam because there isn't exactly a fully unified Islamic empire to point to. For example, there is the Ottoman Empire, but that fell in the 1900s. So it's hard for Islam to find fulfillment of this aspect of the kingdom. I mean, you got to find a specific, it's a little awkward because you have different different key kingdoms, little aspects of them, and then they rise and fall. Versus the way Daniel describes it, it's this one everlasting, never to be destroyed kingdom that goes on. And so that is really weird to insert some sort of kingdom that's actually sort of divided into little sects, and then these little things pass away. It's awkward. It's really awkward. So under the partial preterist view, the church cannot be destroyed. There have been multiple attempts, both large and small scale, and they have all failed. Futures would say that the future kingdom will be unable to be destroyed. Both of these interpretations work. So under the view that the kingdom is within us, you would say that, us, we're not destroyed as believers. We will keep going on until Christ comes back. You can't kill us all, right? Under the futurist view, Christ is going to have a kingdom in the future. It will never be destroyed. It's going to be everlasting. So that's okay. Key observation: the Son of Man. Feel free to zoom in here. This is Wes Huff's infographic. It's really, really helpful. So if you want to look into that more, you can go, and you can also go to wesleyhuff.com, and he has these infographics here on different subjects. Really helpful. So, anyways. So there's a key figure that poses a serious problem for Islam here, the Son of Man. So notice first, I'm gonna pull up this tab here, but notice first, the text says like the Son of Man. This means this figure appears to be a man, but it implies there's something more to him that Daniel sees. He doesn't seem to be a mere man. So if I go here, I was watching the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, right? Like the Son of Man. So I mean, he obviously, the term son of man, right? Daniel is called son of man. Ezekiel's called a son of man. Throughout the Psalms, the term son of man shows up. It means man. It means you're just a man. But very interestingly, he says one like the son of man. So that's very, very intriguing, right? It sort of implies that, well, there's something more going on here, right? He's not just a man. There's something peculiar about this guy. Let's see. So let's go back. So he comes with the clouds, something exclusive to God. So if we look at the verse, whoops, coming with the clouds of heaven, right here. But then if we go to Deuteronomy 33:26, there is no one like the God of Jeshurun, which is, I think that's a title for Israel here, who rides the heavens to help you, and his excellency on the clouds. See that? That is God that does that alone. And you see throughout ancient Near Eastern literature and the Bible itself, God is the only one that ever does that, rides the clouds. So it's very interesting that this is the singular exception here, right? Let's go back to the. Oh, did I not put this on? I did not put this on the screen. But let me go up to. No, wait, no. Hold on. Right here. This is the verse I was talking about, right? There's no one like the God of Jeshurun who rises to heaven to help you, right? That is unique to God. Anyways, he is served. In the Aramaic, it says Pela, which is exclusive to God. It is the equivalent of latria worship. So, latria worship, for those who don't know, it's a specific Greek word. I think it's also in Latin that is exclusive to God. Wait a minute, hold on. Why did I have 727 here? Okay, hold on. Let me go back up to Daniel. Actually, no, wait. Hold on. What's going on here? I'll pull this up. So latria worship is exclusive to God. Whenever you see that is divine worship. Versus proskuneo, right? It means to bow down, so it can be used of man, but latreo is exclusive to God. And so we see here, and to him was given dominion and glory. Nations should serve. Wait a minute, hold on. Where did I see this? This isn't Pela, is it? Okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. I think I am looking at the wrong thing. Oh boy. Let me look it up here. It's weird. Okay, that is really weird. It says Pela here. So this is what I was looking at, but I wanted to go to Bible Hub. So that is a little awkward. Like, man. Let me see. Is this the same word? No. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, you know what that thing is going on? I think it's okay. Look, see. Okay, hold on. My mistake. It's the Bible Hub works a little differently. That's why, because it's a different form of the word, so that's what it's doing. Okay, that's my mistake. I'm sorry. Okay. But anyways, this is exclusive to God, right? This is the word exclusive to God. So it's essentially, you can see all throughout these references, it's always to God. Some people try to take this as an exception, Ezra 7:24, where it's ministers of this house of God, but this would also be directed towards God, because what are they ministering for? Are they just serving a building? No, it's directed towards God. So it's always to God, right? So this is an exclusive term. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, so he has an everlasting kingdom, which is divine language. So we go back, look at 7:27. Then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people, the saints of the Most High. His kingdom, the Most High's, is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him, right? The Most High's kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Psalm 145:13. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, directed, talking about God, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. Forever, God's kingdom and dominion lasts, right? So that is divine language. And he's included with the Ancient of Days as the Most High in 7:27. So this is interesting. Let's go to verse 27 here in the Aramaic. Let's share this tab. Find verse 27. Come on, man. It's gotta be a faster way to do this. I probably should have just typed it in, but whatever. Okay, so and before I do this, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna put everything up together so you can see what's going on. So let's do this first before we go to the Aramaic. So we have the Son of Man, obviously, in 13 to 14, right? Riding the clouds of heavens, all that. He is served, Pelah, in the Aramaic. Verse 18, which some people misuse to say the Son of Man is just the saints. It's not. It's the saints have an aspect of fulfillment, but they're not the Son of Man himself. So the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. The saints are gonna be given the kingdom as well. But the Son of Man is a key figure that is someone else. So the saints of the Most High will receive the kingdom. Verse 27, then the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people, the saints of the Most High. His kingdom, the Most High, is an everlasting kingdom, and the dominion shall serve and obey him. So, Son of Man is served. The saints will receive the kingdom, and then they'll be serving the Most High. Okay, so Son of Man is served, Most High is served. Interesting. But then, watch this. So, the beginning, so this is Daniel 7:27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven. I'm kind of reading the literal translation here. Shall give to the people of the saints of the Most High. But look at this is plural. It says adjective masculine plural. Whoops. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go back. Right. So Elyonin, right, of the Most High is literally. In fact, if I were to pull up a literal translation, let's see. Do they have Young's literal translation here?
If you
Let me
go
look.
to the Aramaic Bible translation, it says Most Highs.
Oh, okay. Let me see if we have. Let me go to Young's literal translation. Okay, it doesn't do it, but you see how it's plural, right? That's important there. So, and let me just double check, make sure it's not. It's an everlasting. Right, and he's being served. So it's Most High plural, but then he's served here. What is this? This is also plural here. I don't know. Actually, I think that's just because there multiple people are serving him. But anyway, so but so you see how this plural here. So we have the Son of Man and the Most High being served. Then it says Most High plural. Are there two Most Highs? No, right? We believe in the Athanasian Creed, which makes sure we distinguish that The Father is Lord, the Son is Lord, the Holy Spirit is Lord, but they're not one Lord, three Lords, but one Lord, right? So the way Daniel is using this, the term Most High is plural, encompasses the Son of Man and the Ancient of Days here that are being served. So when you put all that together, it's very interesting the way the Son of Man is presented. So this is clearly a divine figure distinct from the Father, aka the Ancient of Days, which poses a problem for Islamic theology. So that's very intriguing. So conclusion, there are historical as well as contextual problems with saying that the fifth kingdom is the Islamic kingdom. While this may be the strongest Muhammad in the Bible argument, it too has its flaws. So the fifth kingdom is the kingdom of Christ, which I believe to be Christ reigning in the hearts of believers here and now. But regardless of your position on eschatology, you should be able to have a firm foundation to be able to respond to Muslims on what the fifth kingdom is. I happen to have the Party hermeneutic. I think it works wonders. But to each his own. So that's all I'll say there. Fifth kingdom is not Islam; it is Christ's kingdom. With that being said, I'm done here. God bless you all. I'll remove the thing. Just you guys can say other things if you want. I know. Would you have a book there on the Daniel, right?
Yeah. All right. Sorry for the delay. And I just wanted to say I didn't hear all of it, but I'll go back again, which is very great and interesting, which is especially the part with Daniel chapter 2, because even if you go into the commentaries, especially like Muslims love to go to, which is Rashi, and the fifth kingdom have nothing to do with establishing Islam. It had to do with while the Rome was still standing during the time of the first century. And so that's why when Rashi now is giving a comparison with that Son of Man in Daniel chapter 7 and comparing it with Daniel chapter 2, he said that Son of Man was the King Messiah. All you need to do is you don't really need to go into the historical perspective, because I know Muslims love to go into the historical perspective. Daniel chapter 2, Muhammad, who was the fifth kingdom, defeated the Rome entirely. So that means that was established for Islam. But if you actually listen to them carefully, if that is the case, and they also say that Daniel chapter 7 is also Muhammad 13 to 14, which if he's the son of man, then he is giving a dominion. You know what that just proves? If you can actually show this, right, that actually disproved them entirely. Because according to the Quran, sorry, I'm gonna go into, if you can see my screen, can okay. Can you see my screen just to make sure?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so cool. Notice what you just read. Daniel 13, the 7 verse 13, 14 says, the Son of Man will be given a dominion, isn't it? And all the nations will serve him, right? Pertaining to the Son of Man. Daniel chapter 7, right? Okay. Just to make sure, let me just go back to Daniel chapter 7, verse 13 to 14. I mean, 13 to 14. Okay. Hope this is okay, good. In my vision at night, I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man. Okay, coming with the clouds of heaven, he approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, sovereign power. Sovereign power is the same as dominion. All nations and peoples of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion and will not pass away. His kingdom was one that will not be destroyed. His dominion remains forever. Let's see what Allah have to say about this? Let me share this. Okay. Surah 17, verse 111. And say, all praises for Allah, who has never had any offspring, nor does he have a partner in governing the kingdom, nor is he pathetic, needing a protector, and revere him immensely. So, does Allah share in his dominion, in his part, in his kingdom? Right? And you also find this same statement in Surah 20, Surah Kifah. There's another surah that speaks about this. Surah 18, verse 26. So it actually says, "Oh, say, O Prophet, Allah knows best how long they stayed with him alone is a knowledge of the unseen of the heavens and the earth. How perfectly he hears and sees. They have no guardian besides him, and he shares his command with none." God doesn't share his command with no one. So how does Daniel 7 verse 13, where God is giving Muhammad this dominion to rule and all the nations will serve him? I thought the Quran says God doesn't share his domain, his command to no one. See how you can go with this? All you can do is what this scripture says about the Son of Man. And if you said, because even since Aladdin is here, let me go to, I'll share this one. See what, okay, Daniel, okay. Few minutes. Daniel somehow, it's crazy. It's Daniel. Okay. Okay, good. What? Go back again. Okay. Daniel chapter 7. My apologies. Okay. 13 to 14. I saw in the vision of the night, and behold, the clouds of the heaven were like the man who was coming, and he came out to Ancient Days. The one like us man was coming, that is the King Messiah. So one thing I would ask, show me in the Quran where it says Muhammad is a King Messiah. That's one. And two, show me where it says that Muhammad is the one who rides in the clouds of heaven, right? Approaching Allah. And three, show me where all the nations will serve Muhammad. Because guess what? In the Quran, guess who rides in the clouds of heaven? Surah chapter 2, verse 210. Are they waiting for Allah himself to come with them in the shades of a cloud? Does it say anyone else is going to ride with him? Along with the angels? Right? If he did, then the matter would be settled at once, and to Allah all matters will be returned for judgment.
Yeah.
Allah will ride in the clouds of heaven. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would argue that the Son of Man is Muhammad, because that would,
Yeah,
you know,
they actually argue that the Son of Man is the one who's been given dominion, so that's actually Muhammad. That's exactly what they actually say. If they can concede that point of argument, and then we'll go to Daniel chapter 2. But if you say both Daniel 2 and Daniel 7 is about Muhammad, if you can prove to them within Daniel chapter 7 that Son of Man is giving that description in which Muhammad doesn't have, then if they concede the point, and then we'll stick to Daniel chapter 2, we don't have a problem. Okay, from there, then they have no point of argument that they concede. Thank you. I'll just give it to Christian apologetics.
Yeah, wonderful presentation. It was insightful and expository. In the latter part of the book of Daniel is more on eschatology and historical. When interpreting the book of Daniel, you must be careful so that you don't fall into a ditch. And it is very, very funny when you hear things like Muslims coming up to say um, Islam was the fifth kingdom that actually destroyed the Roman Empire. Very, very funny. It's very, very funny. I mean, it's laughable. A scholar, a Jewish scholar, a Christian scholar, that will admit to the fact that, oh, that is this Daniel chapter 2 verse and Daniel chapter 7 is talking about a kingdom that will be Islamic in nature. And folks, this is what we've been always saying. Please read the text. Don't let anybody come and brainwash you with what they themselves they do not understand. Now, the reason I'm going to say this, I know it's here. The reason Aladdin cannot come up to defend all of this is because he knows that if he should come, he'll be schooled. Because he knows that he does not have enough proof to show that this prophecy is actually about Muhammad or is actually about Islam. Because when you read Daniel, the book of Daniel chapter 2 itself, and talking about the stone that was that broke the image without a hand, and then which signifies that it's a kingdom that is going to destroy the rest of the kingdom. And then talking about Daniel chapter 7, talking about the 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 beast, and then we have the ancients of this coming down. Then we have someone like the Son of Man establishing his own kingdom upon the earth. And there's something that is very, very peculiar about these two statements. The kingdom, Daniel said in chapter 2, he said the kingdom will be forever. In chapter 7, again, he said the kingdom is going to be forever. Even as a matter of fact, when the Umayyad and the Abbasid were in power, Islam was not the strongest nation at that time. It was still the Roman Empire. It was still the Roman Empire at that time. They were still the strongest. And I don't know, but I stand to be corrected. I don't know if Muhammad ever had a battle with the Roman Empire. I don't know, because for you to say that it's about Islam and about Muhammad, then Muhammad had to fight this battle himself. I don't know. Would you did you have any idea that talks about the battle of Muhammad actually face to face, apart from the Umayyad and the Abbasids, the Muhammad himself fighting the Romans? I don't think I have, but I know that there are a lot of traditions that has to do with letters writing from there were some confrontations between the caliphates and the Roman Empire at that time. We had that, but when it comes to Muhammad fighting them literally himself, we don't have any document that. So even so, we can throw that out that this is not talking about Muhammad, but so we can then look at it. Okay, is it actually talking about Islam generally? Of course not. Why? Because number one, we saw the Son of Man coming in the clouds. And we know that the only one, according to the Islamic narrative, the only one that comes in the clouds is Allah Himself. So if you are to say that that Son of Man is being referred to Muhammad, then guess congratulations saying that Muhammad is Allah. So I'm going to I will accept that if that's going to be your interpretation. But if that is not going to be your interpretation, then how dare you stand there to tell me that the fifth kingdom has to be Muhammad? Young Christian thought have said everything. Young Christian apologetics have said everything. So I just want you to go through this subject. Whenever something is being discussed, read the text yourself. There's never anywhere in the text where it's insinuated that this is about Muhammad or it's about Islam. Not. I've been studying eschatology, my favorite field that I've that I've studied a lot, and I've been studying, and I've never seen one. I've never seen a, a plausible evidence that the fifth
that
kingdom
they're
is about Muhammad, or I mean, is Islam, or probably
fundamental things.
the
They
Son
were
of Man
dressed
himself
in
is
holy
Muhammad
clothes.
himself. You want to say something?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so I was I was reading this hadith, which is Sahih
Okay.
Muslim 2900, and let's see,
Okay.
did Muhammad actually defeat the Roman Empire? The conquest of the Muslims before the appearance of Ad-Dijjal, narrated Bay Utbah reported, "We were with Allah's messenger in an expedition that there came a people to Allah's apostle from the direction of the west. They were dressed in whole clothes, and they stood near a hillock, and they met him as Allah's messenger was sitting. I said to myself, better go to them and stand between him and them, that they may not attack him. Then I thought that perhaps there had been going on secret negotiation amongst them. I, however, went to them and stood between them and him. I remember four of the words on that occasion, which repeat on the fingers of my hand, that he, Allah's messenger, said, "You will attack Arabia, and Allah will enable you to conquer it. Then you would attack Persia, and he would make you to conquer it. Then you would attack Rome, and Allah will enable you to conquer it. Then you would attack the Dajjal, and Allah will enable you to conquer him." Nafi said, "Jabir, we thought that the Dajjal would appear after Rome. Syrian territory will be conquered." So that's the closest I get about the hadith saying that they quote unquote conquer Rome.
Yeah, but Muhammad himself never did actually did conquered Rome. But we, Muhammad himself actually never did conquered Rome, so he's not himself. He is not the one. And but I'm very sure that there was a battle that they wanted to fight, but they didn't later ended up fighting it. I've forgotten the dates. I'll probably it's from the biography. I'm not. I don't know, but I think they wanted to fight a battle that there was some kind of letter that had been exchanged, and it was kind of a tug of war. And but at the long run, they didn't ended up fighting the war. I think Muhammad got scared or so. Probably something came up, and then he did not end up fighting the war with the Romans and thereabout. But anyways, the point is Muhammad himself never conquered Rome, and historically Muhammad never did. Um, Islamically, Muhammad never did. So claiming a prophecy about Muhammad on Daniel 2:7 is out of it. It was never about Muhammad, not even the Muhammad in mind. Claiming that uh, it was the Islamic Caliphate that actually conquered Rome based on Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7, that was the fifth kingdom. Then the question is, who is the Son of Man? That Son of Man, who is it? Is it Muawiyah that was Son of Man? I don't know. Who was the person that took the dominion from the ancients of days, and who is it that is his dominion will be forever and ever, and his reign will be an everlasting reign? Who is it? Is it now we know that at this time Muhammad is of the same. So who was the person? The Son of Man. So whoever this person is, that person must be a deity. So therefore, Muslims, you serving Allah, and you have to take him away, because the man that received that dominion and power and kingdom, and whose kingdom will be an everlasting one, is actually God. Because according to your traditions, only Allah comes on the cloud of heaven, and this person, this Son of Man, is the one. So whoever it is, is a deity. So therefore, if you cannot provide any proof of who the Son of Man is according to your own standard Islamic narrative, then you have no ground to say that this is about Muhammad. We know who it is. It's about Jesus Christ, and His kingdom is an everlasting one, forever and ever. So, folks, if you have anything else to add, you can add it.
Do we Do we address Aladdin in the chat or do we just ignore him?
Yeah, that's true. Aladdin. No, go ahead, Johnny. I think you guys had a discussion. I was not there.
Yeah, he was talking about yesterday. I was on Brother Maverick's channel. I think I was talking about our discussion we had way back, like a few months ago now, when I was on this channel. We were talking about Psalm 22, and then I don't know why, but I for some reason was like imitating his voice when I was talking about it. I was like, and I stopped for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? And then Brother Maverick made the joke that, oh, he's in your head. I don't know if Aladdin's also joking or if he's actually taking it seriously, but yeah, that was just like a little funny moment there. And yeah, the discussion I had with him Tuesday. I mean, I'm gonna say I cooked him. He's gonna say he cooked me. It's like, do I really need to worry about that? It's I'm not gonna sit here and try to defend myself, say I won or whatever. It's just it's it's pointless, and this is like with every Muslim versus Christian debate or discussion. It's always like the Muslim saying, "Oh, he baked you," or in the Christian saying, "No, he got cooked." And it's just it's not worth any time. I just rather get my information out there. Everyone saw it. God is my witness, and that's all I need. God plus one makes majority, as some of the Reformed teachers say. You cooked me, and they could. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so I thought we were gonna debate, but I think he rejected it after. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, Christian apologized. Network disappeared.
Wow, he'll come back.
Yeah. I could. No, I can't show it now because he's not there. But yeah, because I go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I've actually watched the discussion on Tuesday. The debate between him and Maverick. I've seen it.
Because you lie as always. He. So I mean, are we not doing it because I'm a liar? I'm fine to not do it. If you don't want to do it, then I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. Okay, I'm gonna just take that as he doesn't want to do it. So I got the discussion. So that's all I wanted.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. Well, one thing I'll say with love is that Aladdin. I know that he's 63. I believe across the line. It's you won't want to be in the same movement with Ahmadiyad. So I know that you blaspheme Jesus Christ multiple times in the cross. So it's time to reconsider the life and to know really and truly what is the truth, because Jesus Christ claimed that He's the way, the truth, and you investigate it yourself and you ask the Lord to reveal Himself to you, as He did with multiple Muslims in Muslim countries. That's what I need to do is repent and come to Christ. That's all I said. I would say. Yeah, my apologies, 61. Cool, but you in your 60s, at least you're old enough. You can think.
Yeah, well, you don't call him old, man. He's 61, not 63. Come on, man.
61. that would be a compliment if he's 63, but 61. Yeah, you still could think. You could reason, right? Study the life of Muhammad, study the life of Jesus. Who plays the greatest example? That's if you believe that Muhammad life is a great example, then be my guest if you imitate him. And I would rather imitate Christ. So that's what I would say.
Let's see here. He said he never. What did he say? He never asked me to debate. I'm trying to look for it because I specifically remember me asking him if he was gonna stop disrupting my streams, and then he asked if I wanted to debate. I don't. My grandchildren are older than you. Oh, good for you. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, I see. I remember. Dub was like showing his face and like, oh, come on, man, come at me. Okay, let me share my screen. I'm see if I can find it. Because I know we spent about 30 minutes talking about parameters.
Care what
Wait, is that on the screen? Yeah, it's on the screen. Okay.
We
No,
asked
he's
you, you
engaged
said no.
again.
Okay,
Mute
great.
him.
You said
Mute
no.
him.
Yeah, you said no. We
Johnny,
know
they are
you're a
not
coward.
allowing me to engage
Okay.
with you,
Oh,
Johnny. They are
so-
not allowing me to engage with you. Can't you see that? Can't you feel it? He left and he came back because you said, okay, we'll have it. He's back again.
I don't think this is
I
They
it.
came
won't
back
let
to
me
ask
speak.
Johnny if he wants me to moderate it because he cannot participate in the debate.
No,
and
no,
moderate at the
because
same
you
time.
are
Oh, okay,
worried
yeah.
about
A little before. Hold
Oh,
on.
just tell me when I'll come. No problem. Action. Please, you have to judge the action before you judge the reaction. So my answer was a reaction for his action. To your channel. You may look it up several times, honestly. And I send it with respect.
See. 1 second.
Oh,
And just because that's the topic.
no
that I'm
problem.
asking
No problem.
for.
No, I did not even talk to you about the historical evidence that Jesus was not crucified.
I haven't seen anything in my notifications, which might mean that your comments are under review.
Maybe
I
you
don't know.
block me. Maybe you are really black or something. So therefore you
No.
cannot see my notification.
No, because I get tagged in like with stuff.
You didn't receive my notification, my text, because you blocked me.
Now,
No, I'm pretty sure I
Aladdin,
haven't
I want to
blocked
ask
you.
before
This is it.
because I'm gonna get ready to end this because I'm tired and there's things I need to get done. So, Aladdin, I'm gonna try to, because I hid your comments before. I'm gonna unhide them, but can you promise to not disrupt my live streams if I have a set topic? Like if I'm doing something and no one's allowed to join.
Okay, this is it. Watch closely. He said he'd never asked to debate. Watch.
Can you promise not to disrupt and say, "Come, let me up," and I'll debate all four of you if we're doing something else?
You want to talk to me alone, Johnny? You want to talk to me one-on-one, me and you? You want to?
No, I'm talking about when I
Do
do a
you
live.
want to talk to me one-on-one? That's what we were asking for, right?
We can do that, yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
just
you want to
saying-
do it? You want to do it? I'm asking you. Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay, I grant you. No problem. I'll do it. What topic you want to talk about?
Well, I was hoping to talk about the crucifixion, whether it's logical and just, because that's the topic.
No
that I've
problem.
been asking
No problem.
for.
No, I did not even talk to you about the historical evidence that Jesus was not crucified and someone else replaced him from a Christian sources. Have you ever heard of that? And Basilian who came and who replaced him, blah blah blah, and I give you even.
Yeah. So I mean that's and then we spent like the next 30 minutes or so
Yeah.
talking about
So
parameters
he's
and
trying to
stuff.
say that the Gnostic source is a Christian source. I'm confused.
Yeah. So I mean, if he does not want to do it, I can't force him to do it. I'm already satisfied with what we had in our discussion. So it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it.
It's in the backstage now. Should I allow him in?
Okay. Yeah, you can allow him.
Go
man.
for it.
Yeah.
Am I coming clear?
We can hear you.
Okay. Johnny. Did you understand my English? The video you just played. I
Do I
said
understand your English?
no. You did not. You did not understand my English. What did I say in the video? The part that the clip you just played to show you that I did not ask you. It's you who asked me because I said because you
Want me to play-
asked me. Yeah, I said because you asked me, so I'll give you what you want. Continue the video. So don't say that we debated. Actually, I gave you the chance, but unfortunately, those two guys did not even allow you to speak. That's why you even played it by mistake. They are not allowing me to engage with you. And you know that. I said it several times. They kept speaking over you, cutting you off. They did not allow you. That's honest. And I really felt sorry for you. Wallahi, I swear by God, I felt sorry for you. You asked for it. I gave it to you. And they did not allow you to do it. And someone also in the comments, Christians, I think, they said, they cooked you, not me. They told you they cooked you because they did not let you speak.
I was a Muslim.
whatever. You know, our discussion, more than 80% was with them, not with you. So I was discussing with 3 persons, not with 1 person. I gave you what you asked for. I told you I will give you what you asked for. So I'll give it to you. What topic? If you answer those 2 questions. So when I asked you the 2 questions, you said, can I answer now? I said, it's up to you. So you answer the 2 questions, then you start having a discussion. Then they jump in. They did not even let us continue. Even Maverick was out. He came back and joined the panel because he realized that you are going to engage with me. And he told you, don't fall into his trap. He told you many times. So please, that's why I asked you, do you want to talk with me? Because you have been asking me for the past 6 months. But you comment on my video and you told me in the comment, it's there on my channel, I will debate you because you asked me to debate you. Shame on you, boy. I don't do that. I was giving you what you've been asking for the past 6 months. And I
But on
didn't
my
want to have
comment,
a discussion with you because what happened actually 2 days ago, I didn't want you to experience that. Believe me, you looked, I don't mean to insult you, but honestly, you looked so bad. Not because of me. You were doing good in the discussion, but because of them, you looked so kid and so bad. You have more knowledge. I'm telling you honestly, you have more knowledge about the Bible than them. You have much more knowledge. They should learn from you about the Bible, but they did not let you speak. I'm asking the 2 brothers here, please watch my discussion with him, and I want you to be the judge. I gave you what you requested for, but they didn't allow you to speak. So therefore, I was saying they cooked you, not me. I was enjoying watching it only. So my discussion was not with you, it was with the other 2 guys actually. Supposed to be with you, but it was with them. And you know that more than me.
I mean, Woody, he asked you what you think. What do you think?
Well, honestly, I actually watched the debate with him and Maverick. I didn't watch that discussion because I think I
Hey
did
guys,
join.
he doesn't care about me, man. He doesn't care about me.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
So,
I'm joking.
but I did watch the Islamic Dilemma debate with him and Maverick. That's all I would say.
Okay.
And Johnny,
But
I really wanted to answer you and answer your questions, but unfortunately, they did not let us speak. And you can watch even the video. I even said it in the video during the live stream. Johnny, you didn't notice every time you speak, I mute myself. I said it several times. I mute myself to hear you talking. But what they do, they cut you off and they speak over you. I told you, they cut you off, not me. I want to listen to you. But they keep cutting you off and telling you, don't fall into his trap. Then they start answering, not you. So this is what happened there. And I felt sorry for you. It is there in the video. You know that. I was supposed to have a discussion with you, right? As you requested. But what happened? They did not allow you. Especially Maverick, he left the stream. He came back. He said, I came back because you are going to discuss with me to stop between us. He didn't want you to engage with me, and he succeeded in that. So therefore, I was telling you, I really felt sorry for you. With all due respect to you, I don't want to belittle you, but by doing that, honestly, they belittle you, not me. They make fun of you, not me. So that's what I have to say, because I just came because you just played the video. So therefore, I joined you.
yeah, I mean, I played this video because you said in the side chat you didn't ask for any debate, and in the stream when I was asking to make sure that you wouldn't, like, if I'm doing a debate review and you disrupt it and ask to debate everyone on the panel, making sure you don't disrupt my live stream, and then it turned into, well, when do we want to have a conversation? And I'm basically satisfied with what we had on that conversation. I was willing to do it again if you don't, if you're asking me because if I wanted to, fine, but whatever.
Excuse me, Johnny, when you said you are satisfied with what we had in this conversation, who do you mean by we?
You and I.
How about the other 2 who spoke more than you are? They were part of the discussion or not?
Well, if I recall correctly, for the most part, they were pointing out if you were just being, and I don't mean this to insult you, but they were interpreting it as you being deceptive.
So
And so-
what the discussion was supposed to be between me and you as you requested. So why they kept jumping in and cutting you off, trying to answer in your behalf? So this is the point what I was trying to do. I was trying to say.
I,
You were supposed to have
I
a
think
discussion with. I respected you for doing that. I really respected you for
Aladdin,
standing up. That's why after that I said, please man up for yourself. But they never let you man up
Aladdin,
for yourself, and they spoke in your
Aladdin,
behalf. I am please
Aladdin,
go ahead.
Ala-
Yes, yes,
Aladdin.
yes, 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 please.
Yes, yes, you got a point. Now, just to avoid talking too much, now Young Christian Thoughts has agreed to have a one
I'm
v
sorry,
one
I
with
cannot
you
understand. We have echo.
on a
We have echo.
on a different
We
day.
have echo.
Say, calm down, calm down. While we are talking,
You guys
nobody
mute
disrupted
Ray.
you. Please, will you keep quiet? Let me even unmute you because you keep doing this thing over and over again.
No, no, I'm
While you were
telling you,
speaking,
you have
nobody.
echo. I cannot understand you. There
While
is
you
an
were
echo.
speaking, nobody. While you were speaking, nobody disrupted you. So keep quiet while I talk. Then you can respond later.
Try
Now
to
you claim
understand.
that
I'm telling you, I cannot understand you. You have echo.
It's Ray. You gotta mute Ray because like he's got an echo there. What the? Where did everyone go?
I don't even.
Mic check. Just
I only see me now.
yeah.
What did you do?
I
Please,
don't
Johnny,
know.
tell him
Hi
I don't
because
know what
guys.
I pressed.
I cannot hear
Okay,
him because he has echo.
I can only see you, young Christian. That's all I can see too.
Yeah, that's what I just see. If you compare back to everyone, let's see.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. So what I was saying is this: since you said that you said while doing the conversation, um the two guys were actually not allowing Young Christian Thought to speak. Now Young Christian Thought is saying no problem if you are okay to have a 1v1 with him on another time, you and him alone with probably a moderator. Are you down with that? Are you ready to go 1v1 with him on a separate day without giving any explanation? Yes or no, please. Aladdin, the mic is yours.
If he will say that I did not ask him to debate me, I will do it. But when he lied and he said that I asked him, he did not quote the complete part. I said, I'm giving you what you are asking for. And I said it several times. And what he quote a while ago, I said, because you asked me, it is there. I said it, the clip that you played, because you asked me. So you want to talk to me one-on-one? I said, because you asked me. So he forgot about this part. So please, Johnny, if you will say, I did not ask you, it's you who's been asking me for the past 6 months, I'll do it with you. No problem with me. I'll give
Let's
it.
clarify. Let's clarify. So you did not ask me personally. You said it because I wanted to for the past 6 months. So it's because I wanted to, right?
Because I said, I will give you what you were asking for
Okay.
the past 6 months. That's what I said. So it's
Okay,
not
because
okay. That's what happened. So be honest, please.
I've said already that I'm okay with what we already had in that live stream. So if we're both satisfied, I don't think we need to do it again.
I don't need to do anything. Okay, it's okay with me. You're satisfied with what me against three of you. If you are satisfied with that, me versus three of you, you are satisfied with that? Okay.
Well, again, that's the thing. I don't think it was as much as a 3v1 because they were mainly.
It was. I watched the debate more than 2 times. And I watched every word in it. They spoke more than you did. Believe me. They spoke more than you did. Please watch it again.
Okay, well, let's do this. Are you satisfied with what already happened?
No, for me, it's not satisfied or not. I talk to anybody. I don't care. For me, it's about the truth. It's not if I am satisfied. I am only after the listeners who listen. It's up to them to decide, not me. It's not I am satisfied or not. It's not my desire or my satisfaction. No, I'm after the satisfaction of the listeners who are learning something, not myself.
So do you think that you got the truth out then?
Excuse me?
Do you think you got the truth out for people to see then?
I got what? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
The truth out.
The true what?
Did you get? Do you? Let me try to word it like this. Do you believe that you got the truth out?
I have the truth with me, alhamdulillah. I am a Muslim and that's the truth. I don't need any other truth than that. Alhamdulillah. That's me, as simple as that. Islam is the truth for me, and there is nothing, believe me, there is nothing can change my mind or revert me or convert me to Christianity. I will never do that. You know why, young Christian Johnny? Because when I was at your age, or maybe a little bit older than you, I was like you are. I was in your position. I was in the Catholic Church.
Aladdin,
I used
we don't want the story. We don't want history. That's enough.
echo. There is an echo, not me.
We
That's not
understand.
me.
No, I'm not saying. I said you are not going to the history of why you are young. That's we understand. But you your points. You are not going. It's not about you being satisfied or not. And so whenever you want to have a 1v1 with anybody, you can reach out. If Johnny wants to have a 1v1, he's going to reach out definitely. If I want to have a 1v1 with you, I will reach out. And if John Christian Thought or Ray or I mean, Let's to Reason wants to have 1v1 with you, we'll reach out to you. I think that's okay.
Christian Apologetics, do you know that I refer it to your channel? And I told them if you want to do it one-on-one with me, I will not do it. They even offer their channels. I said, no, I'll do it in your channel. And you are the moderator. Ask him. That's what I said. I voted for you when you were not there on your channel. That's what I said. And I insisted. They wanted to do it on other channel. I said, no, I will only do it in your channel. It's there in the video. And I mentioned that several times. And I mentioned you as a moderator. Ask him. And that's what I said.
I actually messaged him. He knows because I messaged him about it.
I said, it's your channel. I will do it here because you might treat me fair enough, unlike there. Number two, the things that I want you to learn, Johnny, it's not to belittle you. You should improve your skills as a moderator because you are a very bad moderator, honestly. You need to improve your skill. I'll tell you why. I don't mean to belittle you. Just give me 1 minute, please. I want to clarify this to him because he was offended. Number one, our condition was there is no insulting. He insulted my God, my prophet, and the wife of our prophet several times. I did not mute him, but you muted me. Number two, you told me start your 3 minutes during the debate or I'll kick you out. No moderator ever tell a debater I'll kick you out during a debate. Number three, in the middle of the debate, you gave me even a challenge. You said, I want to debate you where you asked me. You didn't even show it here. During the debate, you cut the debate while I was supposed to speak and you throw your challenge at me. You can't do this during a debate. You cannot mute one and do not mute the other one who's mocking. So therefore I said you are really bad moderator and you need to improve your skills. You are unjust. It's very clear. That's it. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on here, but I don't think I want to make this a back and forth about whether I'm a good moderator. And to be honest, there are things I could have done better, but I'm not gonna make this a big deal. So,
All right, Aladdin. Thank you for coming. God bless
Thank
you.
you very much. I'll step up. God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We have Ray on the panel.
I think we have Ray. Ray, if you have anything to say, you can go ahead.
Hi guys.
All right. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had a bath, so I had to kind of listen where I could. So I jumped on again. I had to pop off for a bit, so I wasn't really following everything. But I think it was quite nicely timely with this Muslim chap to try and maybe we could set something up. I myself have got a very good background in understanding Islam and putting the argument, especially over the Islamic dilemma. So if I can be of any help, I'm more than happy to support you guys if it can be of any help, because there's no argument the Muslim can really give. So it's interesting how he tries to claim that he's so convinced, because I think it's a very easily argument that can be kind of broken down and proved to be clearly false from the Islamic perspective. That is, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, the one topic I was hoping that he talk about the crucifixion because he said he have evidence that Jesus was not crucified, historical evidence from a Christian perspective. I would love to see that source, but
Yeah, I mean there are sources. I do know there are sources, but this is where, of course, in anything in history, somebody will be writing something against history. And the logic is, or the argument is, what is the consensus? What is the huge majority vote? Not just from a Christian perspective, but from all history. When you talk about non-Christian material, Roman records, the overwhelming evidence on the crucifixion of Christ is extremely high. Yes, there is the odd heretical or whatever viewpoint, but if that's 1% of all the history that supports it, then it's not an argument, I would say.
yeah, absolutely. Aladdin just responded. He said he could speak to you. Well, we could set something up if Ray wants to speak about it, and then
Yeah,
we'll do it.
I'd
So
love to.
if you want to set up Aladdin, then if one you could join and then set it up, and then we
Okay.
go from there. But if not,
He was saying, he said, Ray, we can talk about Islamic dilemma now, me and you here or in your Christian channel. I mean, he's.
If you
Sorry.
if you want, yeah. It's a lot. So Aladdin says if you want to do it either here or on my channel. If you want to do it on my
Yeah.
channel, best bet would be Tuesday, probably 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah,
he's there.
Aladdin's here, so
So
let's figure this out because
he's there to see if he can set it up. Let's see.
yeah, I want to eat breakfast,
Okay.
man.
Sounds good.
Actually, I came back because he asked me to come back. Ray, I said we don't have to schedule it. We can do it now. If they are busy here, we can go now to the channel of Young Christian and do it on the channel of Young Christian. I don't need
I'm
to
not.
prepare.
I'm not really available now. I literally just had a bath, so I'm just resting because I went for a very
After
large
1
walk.
hour, you can do it
So
after 1 hour, after 2 hours. Now, today, because I'm free now. I'm a busy man. At the moment, I'm free. It's my day, Sunday. Okay? It's Sunday for me. It's 11:30 p.m. Sunday night. I am almost 15 hours ahead of all of you
that's
in
okay.
US.
Well, today is not good for me, but anytime next week is absolutely fine. So
I cannot give you the schedule. I'm a busy man. Honestly, I'm a busy man. So I'm free only on Sunday usually. So I'm here now. If you have the time, even 30 minutes, we can do it either now or in the channel of Young Christian. What we
well,
talk about.
not as an official debate, but more than happy to have just a short discussion about it because
We will have no problem. You have your 3 minutes. I have my 3 minutes, like we did it in the other channel, back and forth. We don't need any moderator. You just run your 3 minutes. I will not
yeah.
speak.
I get your point, but I'm happy for an open discussion now, a debate another time because I'd prefer to do a debate when I'm prepared because of the way it's moderated. So, but happy for an open discussion now, just as a starting point, and then we can organise a debate later on.
Well, Ray, I just came to the stream
I know,
because he was asking, and I accepted you, sir. So
I
if you
get your
cannot do
point.
it, sorry. So
You've
if we
got
miss
to.
another
I
time,
get your point, but you've got to look at it on both sides. Don't just look at it from your own side. It's got to be mutually agreed. So I'm saying this is not a good time for me for debate, but happy to debate any time next week. So I'm being incredibly flexible. It's just at this precise moment, I'm not available for debate. So we have to respect that. Yeah.
it's okay. I respect what you are saying. Just join because you were challenged. So I showed you that I don't need to wait for next week. I can do it now.
I
I don't
know,
need to
but
prepare
I
myself.
get that. But
You are-
we both
you
have to agree on a date. And if today's not the date we both can agree, let's use a date where we both can agree. Simple.
So,
Yeah.
so very simple. So I don't know if we meet some other times next Saturday. If we
Yeah.
meet here again,
Yeah. Sure.
we can discuss. If you cannot do it now, but I wanted to show you that I don't need to prepare myself to talk with you about the Islamic dilemma. I'm willing to do it now if you are free, but you are busy. We cannot do it now, so leave it to some other time.
Not as a debate. I think you need to be careful and listen to me carefully. I said not as a debate, but an open discussion. I can have a brief chat with you now. That's fine.
Okay, we can go to the channel of Young Christian if they are busy here, and we can have a chat together now. I have no problem. Is it okay with you, Young Christian? Johnny?
To have it on my channel?
Yeah, because if this channel want to have it, we can do it here now. If not, if they will wrap it up, we can move to your channel. Or to Ray's channel, I don't mind. Any channel you want, I don't mind.
I'm pretty sure you guys can do it right now. We have only been live for about an hour and...
You ask them, maybe they don't. You ask them, maybe they don't. I don't know. If they want to do it, do it. I have no problem. I'm here.
I'm not sure if Christian, if he agrees, then I don't know. Christian apologetics, floor is yours. What do you say?
Yeah, if since Ray says he's up for a short chat, yeah, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So since Ray and Aladdin said they are up for a short discussion on it, of course they can go ahead. So probably Johnny or Young Christian apologetics can just moderate the whole affair.
But before you start, will you please allow me to have this discussion and put it in my channel, please? Okay. So I'm asking you permission before we start. I will get this part of our discussion. I will transfer it and I will post it on my channel. Is that okay with you, Christian Apologist Network?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Ray, you said they want to talk about Islamic dilemma. So I'll give you 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Go. Tell me what you want to say. Go ahead. I will give you the beginning. Please go ahead.
Okay, so all I would say at this early stage is, from my perspective, the Islamic dilemma is simply this: that Islam, in many of its scriptures, confirms the previous scriptures. It confirms the previous prophets and what they said and what they taught and believed. Yet, when we look at the previous scriptures, they are in contradiction to the Quran, and therefore it makes the Quran false. If the Quran is saying the previous scriptures are corrupted, then again that makes Islam false, because it's confirming corrupted scriptures. So either way you look at it, you can't line up the Quran and its teachings to the previous teachings to prove the Quran is true, because the Quran is confirming the previous scriptures. Now, as the Quran is coming later, it's the burden of the Quran, or Islam, if you like, to prove that it is confirming the previous scriptures. So it needs to show the scriptures that it's referring to, that it's confirming. If it cannot do that, then it cannot make the claim, which would make it false, because if this is coming from Allah, and Allah preserves his word, which he says he does, then there should be no problem for you to demonstrate the evidence of the scriptures that you are confirming, if they also Allah's word, because Allah confirms, I'm sure you would agree, that Allah's scriptures, from an Islamic point of view, is not just the Quran, but it's also the Torah and the Injil, which is what it's referencing as the previous scriptures.
Can I say something here?
I haven't quite finished, mate. So almost there.
Okay. So, no, because I want to ask you a question and you carry on.
Sure. So one sec. Let me just finish my sentence. Yeah. So that's my position. So that is the burden, because the Quran is coming later to make that claim. It's not the burden of the Christians or the Jews or the previous writers, because it's a later claim on something historic. So it's over to you to prove the previous scriptures are aligned to the Quran. That's it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ray. Can you please mute yourself, because there's an echo from your mic.
Sure.
So there's an echo, actually. If you can shut down your YouTube stream and you speak to us from here, so we can talk together at the same time. because you have an echo in your mic. Mr. Ray.
I'm on mute, so just go ahead.
Ray, let me tell you something. What you have done, I'm sorry to say that, is copying from David Wood and Avery without even looking into Islam. So all you have done is copy and paste without no knowledge. Now, what you said a while ago
Sorry,
on my...
mate. Sorry.
Let me
Can I just...
I did
One
not
second,
interrupt you.
one
I
second.
did not interrupt you.
Yeah,
I did
no, one second.
no, I did not interrupt you. I did not
Wait,
interrupt
one second, one second. One second.
No,
I'm going to say 1
I
second
listened
for
to you
everyone.
3 minutes.
That's too much
Mute the
now.
guy for a second for us, please.
See, this is the issue. I did
No,
not interrupt you.
no.
3
You
minutes.
can't.
Let me finish.
One second.
Okay.
Moderator, can you just
Okay.
mute him for a quick
Here's what
second?
we're
Just for a
gonna
quick
do.
second.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. Ray, you could allow Aladdin to give his 3 minutes, and then when he done, then you could address what he said that misrepresented you. But we'll let Aladdin.
Young Christian, can you have a timer with you so I will
Yeah,
not
I can put a
will
timer.
not interrupt him?
Yeah.
I did not interrupt.
Do the timers.
I did not cut him off. I listened to him completely. But me, after talking in 15 seconds, he jumped all over me. He did not let me even speak, which
All
is
right.
unjust. So, Mr. Ray, you should learn how to be patient like I am and listen to me without interruption like I listen to you without any interruption.
I just wanted to make a small
Now
point,
he's
that's all.
interrupting me again. He's
You can
interrupting me.
continue. I just want to make points. I'm
He
only
said,
asking,
let me
I'm
speak.
only
Non-Christian,
asking one
say
tiny
something.
thing. You can
Young
carry
Christian
on. You
apologetics,
can have your
please.
2 minutes still.
Okay. So, young Christian, whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready, you could speak, Aladdin.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the heads up. This timer.
No. Just don't put timer now. The second round, you start a timer. I don't need 3 minutes right now. What you said a while ago, Ray, you just start by saying Islam confirm previous scriptures. But we look into the previous scriptures, we find that those previous scriptures contradict Quran contradict those previous scriptures. Then after that, you said Allah preserve His words, which He does. Now I'll ask you. No. In only 3 minutes, I'm done. Now, when you get the mic, I want you to define for me. What is the meaning of previous scriptures according to the Islamic perspective. What is Torah and what is Injil according to Islamic perspective, not Christian perspective, that brought you to say that Quran confirmed them. That's all I need. Now, can you please start 3 minutes for them? Then after that, 3 minutes for me. I'm done here.
Okay, Ray, on your first word, I'm going to start the timer.
Okay. So, as I say, this is a discussion, so I'm not going to respond directly to the way that you want me to respond. I'm going to just show and express my position. This is how I'm going to do it. The first thing I wanted to quickly mention is I don't want any personal attacks or any ad hominems. So don't tell me where I'm getting my information on or anything about me personally. I will not do the same to you. Just keep it to the facts or the information you're aware of. That would be a much more healthy and respectful conversation. Now, as I said, when it comes to the Quran that confirms the previous scriptures, it's not my burden to tell you what those previous scriptures are. The Quran comes later. It's the burden of the Quran to tell me what those scriptures are that it's confirming. That's the claim the Quran is making. Now, my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is those scriptures are the Torah and Injil. If it is, let me know that it's those scriptures. If not, tell me what the scriptures are that you're confirming. And if you can provide some evidence of where we can access these scriptures that the Quran is confirming. If the Quran is going to confirm previous scriptures and Allah preserves his word, for that to be true, you should be able to produce these scriptures. If you cannot produce them, they're not available. That means Allah has failed to preserve his word, which means he cannot be God. So that's where the burden is. I don't have any responsibility of this because it's not our claim. It's the Islamic claim that comes later. If we're making a claim against the Quran, then the burden is on me. That's why I'm saying to you, the burden is you. So you cannot shift this burden back onto the Christians. It's a Islamic responsibility. This has got nothing to do with anybody else's view. This is my own research, my own understanding, my own reasoning and logic based on what I've read of the Quran. The Quran clearly confirms time and time again in so many scriptures that it's confirming the previous scriptures. It also says that it confirms the Torah and the Injil. So please let us know what they are, because that, from what I read of the Quran, is the scriptures in question. If you think it's different, then show me the verse in the Quran, what specific scriptures you're talking about. If it's not the Torah and Injil, if it is the Torah and Injil, I need to see the evidence of the Torah and Injil you're talking about. That's pretty much it. I don't need any more time.
Okay, start. Ray, Ray, will you? That's good. Ray, unfortunately, you ran away from my question and you avoided my question because, if you'll answer the question, you will fall down into my trap. I will repeat my question again. You are the one who brought the claim, not me. You said that Quran confirmed the previous scriptures, not me. So it's you who has to give me the evidence for the claim. I don't need to give you anything. Okay? Now, I will ask you the questions again. I want you to come to the mic in your next round and tell me what is Torah and what is Injil according to the Islamic perspective that the Quran spoke about and the Quran confirmed. Did the Quran confirm the Torah and the Injil, or the Quran was talking about the books in your hands, which you call Bible? I want you to define Torah and Injil for me according to Islam. Number two, you brought another claim. You said that Allah said that He preserved His word. I want you also to present me the evidence where Allah said that He preserved His words. Allah preserved His words, referring to your books and referring to the Torah and Injil. So now it's your turn to give me the evidence. Then I will discuss with you. So without giving me an evidence, you have no case, you have no argument. You understand? If you go to the court of law and you tell the judge, this man is a killer, he's a suspect, he will ask you the evidence. Without submitting an evidence, he is innocent. He's not guilty. Now, until now, you did not present me any evidence. All you are doing, you are whiffling. You are talking, you are running your mouth without nothing. So when you get the mic again, give me the evidence, so we'll examine the evidence together. Define Torah and Injil according to the Islam. Give me the evidence that the Quran confirmed the old scripture, which means the books in your hand, and give me the evidence that Allah said that His words, the Torah and Injil, will be preserved. I'm done here. Give him the rest of my time as a gift for him. I'm done here.
Right. I can
Takes
see
me
what
about a
you're doing.
second to
Okay, thanks. So what you're doing here is you're just trying to throw it back. This is a claim from.
Oh, one second.
Okay.
Because I messed up here. Oh, great. Hold on. That's my mistake.
No problem.
Let's fix
Am I
this.
okay to start? I'm sorry, I'll wait till y'all see the clock go down.
Okay. Whoops. All right, hold on. All right, on your first word, I want to start.
Okay.
Wait.
So I'm ready. Yeah, you can start. So when we say that
something's not right here.
Okay.
Maybe you can use your cell phone, young Christian. If it's 3 minutes, say stop. If you're gonna do it.
I fixed it. I just need it back on the screen. All right, I fixed it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I can see it starting now. So yeah. So I like the way you're trying to play some kind of ignorance here. Maybe you haven't read the Quran. I don't know what the story is. But if you think that the Quran doesn't confirm the previous scriptures, then you're not much of a good Muslim, because that's not something that's under debate. We all agree, every Muslim I've ever spoken to agrees, and there are loads of verses. I'm going to start quoting all the verses. So we've got Surah 3, verse 3, Surah 5, 48, Surah 4, 41, 43, and 381 are just some examples, all confirming the previous scriptures. So there's no, and through verse 3, He has revealed the Torah and the Injil. So again, you can see there's reference to the Torah and Injil. So my understanding is that is the previous scriptures that Allah is referring to. If you think it's different, fine. You just tell me what is the scriptures in these verses that Allah is confirming versus the Quran. What are those previous scriptures? It's what the claim is said by Allah. I am just quoting what Allah is saying. It's not my claim. It's not my case. It's the case of Allah. Allah is saying He's revealing the book of truth, confirming what was before it, which was also in the hands of the Christians and Jews. So the claim is coming from Allah. You're representing Allah as a Muslim. The burden is on you. I'm not going to spend 1 second trying to prove any evidence of the burden that Allah is quoting. Once you've provided the evidence of these previous scriptures, it doesn't matter what my version of the previous scriptures are, because you're not going to accept that. You're only going to accept what Muslims believe is the previous scriptures. That's the burden on you. I'm not going to proceed with any evidence. I just need you to provide the evidence to say, these are the previous scriptures that Allah is referring to. That's what I want. Allah is saying in those verses, that he's confirming the previous scriptures. I would like to see those verses. Then, of course, there are other verses where Surah 6, 115, 1827, etc., 15:9, there's a number of different verses where it talks about how Allah preserves his word. So if he preserves his word and the previous scriptures are his word, then that would mean, if it's true, you should be able to provide evidence of those previous scriptures because they would have been preserved. If you cannot find and provide me with the evidence of those previous scriptures that Allah is referring to, then Allah cannot be God because he's failed to preserve his word. That's simply the essence of the debate or the discussion of this argument, because at that early stage, if you can't provide that evidence, then you cannot move any further forward.
Okay, start the time. Ray, you start by saying, play some part of ignorance. So I'll show you how ignorant you are. I'll use your own words. And I'll let you feel full of yourself here. You quote first 3:3 from the Holy Quran, which I'm sure that you never read the Holy Quran. Stop lying. You never looked at the Quran. All you have done is copy paste from others and repeat like parrot without knowing what's going in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Imran chapter 3 verse 3, نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل. You see your ignorance here that you don't know that the verse is talking here about the past and present. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about the Holy Quran in the verse, which is the first word in the verse, نزل that means now and future. Grammatically in the Arabic grammars, نزل in regard of the Quran is talking about the present time and the future. When he spoke about the Torah and Injil, he said وأنزل. That's past tense, which means it's not the one with the Jew and Christian during his time. It's about the one that was in the time of Jesus and the one that was in the time of Musa alayhi salam. So therefore your ignorance in the Arabic language and the Arabic grammars expose you here. You don't know what is the difference between past tense, present and future. This verse actually is an evidence that what they had in their hand is corrupted. Because when Allah spoke about it here, he spoke about the Torah and Injil in past tense, not present. Number two, which you are ignorance of as well, all verses spoke about the Torah and the Injil in the Holy Quran. Allah mentioned them in the past tense. He never spoke about them in present and future. So that's a solid evidence what was with them is corrupted. Because if Allah wanted to talk about what was with them during the time of Prophet Muhammad, Allah will say Anzala about the Torah and Injil, like he said about the Quran Anzala, which means past, present, and future. But Allah chose to speak about the Torah and Injil past tense, not in the present and future, which means not the one in their hands. So this verse that you quote is actually not a confirmation, it's a condemnation, it's an affirm that they corrupted the book. So this is what happened because you don't read Islamic sources and read it. I mean, what you are doing, you are reading the Holy Quran in a Christian context to suit your needs, but you never look into the Holy Quran. So my advice to you to do it. Now, I want you to bring me each verse by one. Don't throw me numbers like this. Now, you spoke about Allah preserving his words. Show me where does it say that in the Quran. Don't give me numbers. I want you to show me the verse. I want you to read me those verses. So I'll open it with you and I will read it. Don't give me numbers. 5, 5, 5, 10. It doesn't work. I need you literally to give me the verse to prove to me that you really looked into the Quran. Okay? I'm done.
Ray, you can start your response.
Okay, so I did ask you at the very beginning. I actually can't remember your name now, but so apologies there. But I would ask you to stop with the ad hominems. Don't tell me what I'm doing and I'm copying and pasting and all this. It's your opinion. You have no evidence or proof of this. Just keep it respectful. That's what I would ask. So could you do that going forward? That would be appreciated. So it looks like as I said, you're ignorant in the sense that you're not knowing the scriptures that we're talking about. I thought you would know these scriptures, so I'm going to read them out. You seem to be unaware of them. Very common for the argument. So let's look at Surah 5, for example, verse 43. It goes on a bit, but we read from verse 43 anyway. For what has come to you, the judge, that already you have the Torah containing Allah's judgment, and then they turn away. They are not the true believers. We have revealed the Torah containing guidance and light by which the prophets have submitted themselves to Allah. So this is talking about the Torah at the time. This is obviously during the 7th century. This is what we're talking about. And this is the revelation of the Torah that was there. And then there's the other verse that we mentioned in 3 verse 3, where it talks about, I can read that one out to you as well. Let's quickly read that one out to you, as you seem to be unaware of it. Is that I have revealed to you, this is direct translation from the Quran, from the Arabic. He has revealed to you, O Prophet. This is in your website, by the way, in Quran website, not any other website, not a Christian position, just reading out the Quranic position from your Quranic verses with the English translation, which reads, He has revealed to you, O Prophet, the book of truth, confirming what came before it. He has revealed the Torah and Injil. So now we get some facts here. This is nothing to do with a Christian position. It's nothing to do with my position. It's purely what I am quoting to you, what Allah is saying. As you're not aware of these verses, I've read them out to you now. It clearly says confirming the Torah and Injil, which was revealed to you, which came before it. So all I'm asking is, where's the evidence of this Torah and Injil that Allah is talking about? Allah is making the claim that he's confirming these books. So please, the burden is on you to provide the evidence of what these books are. Once we see what we have as your evidence, we have our understanding of the Torah Injil from a Christian position, but I know you're not going to agree with our position. That's fine. It doesn't matter whether you agree what we call the Torah Injil. What does matter is what Allah is confirming. So if this verse and many other verses are true, you have to show the evidence of it.
Okay. Oh, wait, I gotta stop it. All right. No, Christian Apologetics, can you continue to moderate? Because I really need to go and eat. And yeah.
Okay. Let me...
If you look up online timer, you should find this right here.
Can you pass him the timer?
Would you can take over? Would you can take over? I think I'm kind of busy here.
I'll just let me just share this. Yeah.
As soon as I know you got it, I'm gonna head out because I just need to eat. And
No, why don't you say at least you're trying to improve your skills as a moderator? Just say for another 20 minutes, maybe.
No,
Johnny, so you can improve your skills as a moderator. That's good for you. That's good experience for you, Johnny, not for me.
okay.
it would be a good experience for me to also eat because I have not eaten today.
No problem. You can eat while you are moderating. It's very easy. Just bring it and eat your sandwich. Simple as that. It's not difficult.
Okay.
And
All right.
guys,
Okay. Just how many rounds that you want to go, Aladdin?
Actually, as long as they want to do it, I don't mind. Even though if you want to keep it until tomorrow morning, I have no problem. It's almost 12 a.m. here in my place. So I
Okay.
don't
Yeah. We're not gonna do. Maybe we
I'm
do
gonna
like
head out now. I'm gonna listen on YouTube. So God bless you guys.
yeah. See, so maybe if we do like a 2 more rounds, and then we're not gonna take it long because I know it's very late on your side. Sounds good. 2 more
No,
rounds.
don't worry about me. Even you want to keep it for another 10 hours, I will not sleep. It doesn't matter to me. It's okay. Don't worry about my time. It
We're
doesn't
not going
matter.
to do that to you. We're not going to do that to you. It is late on your side. All right. So Aladdin, then when you wanna start, I'll start the timer.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Start, please. You see, your Babin Ray, you are not listening to me. What you are doing, you're still reading the Holy Quran in Christian context. You read the verse, the translation for the meaning of the verse, then you give your own interpretation that suits your needs as a Christian. You see, you brought it out of your own mouth. You said, what came before it? So what is the meaning of before it? Before it, that's mean not what's with them. That was during the time of Moses and Jesus, peace be upon them. You brought it out of your mouth. I answered you. I don't need to read the English actually. I'm an Arab and I'm reading the Arabic, alhamdulillah. And I've read it to you, chapter 3, verse 3. And I explained it to you what is the difference between Nazzala wa Anzala grammatically and what does it mean according to the Arabic grammar. But seems to be all you are saying, it seems to be that you do not know those verses, you never heard of them. You are playing this game with me. Which you're not, I'm willing here, actually, I'm willing to teach you Islam and Christianity, both of them together. And I know both of them more than you. And those brothers here know that. So when you hear me saying something, write notes like what I'm doing here and refute the words that comes out of my mouth. But you fail to do that. I explained three to you, and I told you what's the difference between Nazala and Anzala. But you never listen to that, and you never try to refute this. Number 2, you spoke about what? What else did you speak? Chapter 5, verse 43. Let me tell you something. I will read in Arabic. I don't need your English. وكيف يحكمونك وعندهم التوراة فيها حكم الله ثم يتولون من بعد ذلك وما أولئك بالمؤمنين. That's the verse they quote. Subhanallah, what you are doing here, you quote text out of context to suit your needs as a Christian. Because in verse 41, Allah said explicitly, read the context. Allah said explicitly, just a couple of verses before, that the Jew perverted and distorted and corrupted the words of God. Just read 2 verses before it. Clearly, explicitly said, Jewish corrupted the book of God. They distorted it, taking them out of their proper context in order to distort their meaning. The verse here doesn't talk about the Torah in general, as those Christians you learn from claim. This verse is talking only about the punishment for adultery. Group of Jewish rabbi came to Prophet Muhammad and they asked him about the punishment for adultery. They wanted to examine Prophet Muhammad, trying to prove that he is a false prophet. Prophet Muhammad replied to them, how is it that you came to me for judgment while you have such law still in your books? And until nowadays, it is in the Torah, the corrupted Tanakh. So when you talk to someone like me, you are talking to a learned person. You are not talking to a kid that you can fool. Now, I want you to present me the evidence where it says Allah reserved the words of the Torah and Injil from the Quran. Where does it say that? As you claim. The pardon is in you because you brought the claim, not me. The verses you quote, I answered them. I'm done.
Okay. All right, Ray.
I don't think this is going to go very far because he's just completely ignoring everything I'm trying to say and just going back and throwing out homonyms in my direction. So I don't think it's a very, very good way that he's presenting himself at all. I think it's a very poor method. The verses are absolutely clear. When you go back in verse 5 and verse 41, yes, it talks about some form of distortion, but it's talking about with their tongues. It's not saying specifically with the text. But the important point is this. Whichever way you want to interpret it, at the end of the day, the Torah and the Injil are Allah's words. Unless he wants to claim they're not Allah's words, let him say that they're not Allah's words. He won't be able to do that because he'd be lying against the Quran, and he's not allowed to do that. So that's his first issue. Let's see if he says that. And if he's saying that it's confirming the previous scriptures, again, what is the previous scriptures he's confirming? Now, if you're saying there's some corrupted verses or whatever, that's fine. I'll grant you there may be some corrupted verses somewhere, but what is the ones that you're actually confirming? Because if you can't provide the evidence, the claim doesn't stand on anything. That's my point. That's that simple. So any other ad hominems or other opinions is all kind of irrelevant. The burden's not on me at all. I'm not going to defend any claim. I'm not making a claim. I'm just quoting the claim from Allah. That's all I'm doing. I'm not putting my claim. I'm just looking at the claim of Allah that he says that he's confirming the previous scriptures, which appears to be the Torah and Injil. Help me out and understand what this Torah and Injil that you're claiming to confirm, that Allah's trying to confirm. And let's see the evidence of it to see whether this holds to water. Because if it doesn't hold to water, then that's why the Quran is false, because it's making a claim that's not true. it hasn't confirmed previous scriptures, and yes, it does preserve. It does say in the verse I mentioned that it does preserve His word, and I'm sure you would agree that Allah would preserve His word. So why would you think for 1 second He cannot preserve His word? So that again is a erroneous statement. So if we know that Allah being God, if this is the true God, He will be able to preserve His word. He's confirming the previous words, and He even goes one stage further in Surah 1094 that if Muhammad is in any doubt with the Quran, he goes back to the previous people that were reading the previous scriptures to see for their confirmation. So that's how much the previous scriptures are being appreciated and respected. So all we need to do is to say, okay, if that is what the Quran is claiming, let's have the evidence. I don't think there's any more discussion. If he doesn't provide the evidence, I don't think this could go any further. That's simple as that. That's all I've got to say.
Okay, let's see. Aldin, maybe you have your last 3 minutes.
So this last, no more. That's the end. He will
No.
not speak again. We cannot have one more round.
You want to have one more round? I don't
Yeah,
mind.
you ask him. I don't mind. 2, 10 rounds. I don't mind.
No, I don't want any more rounds. If he's not going to provide the evidence of the previous scriptures, there's no point. It's just no point.
Okay. Now you start the timer. Ray, I appreciate you running away. You don't want to continue the discussion. That's very good of you. What you have done here, you just exposed, with all due respect to your ignorance in the Quran, claiming that you've read the Quran. You asked me what is the Torah and Injil that the Quran confirmed, and I answered you when I quote 3:3, and I told you that was the one being revealed to Moses during his time and to Jesus during his time, not to the one in your hands. But you are not listening to me. I'm sorry, your comprehension is very slow. And I asked you to present me where does it say that Allah preserved. I didn't talk about the words of Allah. Where Allah said that He preserved the words of Allah in the Torah and Injil. Where does it say that in the Quran, Torah and Injil? But you failed to present that as well. Now again, you are playing a game and you are quoting chapter 10, verse 94. Where Allah said, "فَكُنْتَ فِي شَكٍّ فِيمَا مِمَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ فَاسْأَلْ الَّذِينَ يَقْرَؤُونَ الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ," up to the end of the verse. You see here, they lied to you when they told you that we need to ask those people of the Christian and Jew. The verse here is telling Prophet Muhammad, if you are in doubt concerning what we have revealed to you, then ask those who have been reading the books before you. The question is, was Prophet Muhammad in doubt? The answer is no. Did Prophet Muhammad ask them anything? The answer is no. Ask them about what? Answer is, ask those who became Muslims from among the people of the book and they accepted Islam after they realized that you were mentioned in their books. You were prophesied in their books. And he was referring to this to Abdullah bin Salama, one of them. Now, Prophet Muhammad says clearly in hadith sahih and authentic hadith, Wallahi la ashuk wa la as'al, which means Prophet Muhammad said, I swear by Allah, I do not have doubt or ask. Now, what you lack here, the answer is in verse 104. Therefore, you are not reading the Quran. The answer for verse that you quote 1094, you go all the way to verse 104. In verse 104, Prophet Muhammad is answering them that I was never in doubt and I will never be in doubt. As a matter of fact, you are in doubt in your own religion and doubt in my religion. So you are the one who has doubt, not me. This is the answer for you in verse 104. Now, regarding the words of Allah, I will educate you here. Allah says 4 times, nobody can change the words of Allah. In those 4 times, if you read the context also, Allah was talking about the Holy Quran. Never ever mentioned Torah and Injil. It was not even mentioned nearby those verses in the context. But you are not reading the Holy Quran. You listen to those parrot and you copy and bring here whatever you hear from them. So please, my friend, make yourself a favor, hold the Quran and read the Holy Quran for yourself and make sure what they are telling you is true or false. So you don't need to make fool of yourself. I hope that you learn something here. Thank you very much for having me. God bless you all. I'm done with this. So no need to continue anything. Don't say anything else. It's over, right? Thank you very much.
That's fine. That's over. I think you've only insulted yourself, to be honest. I don't see you proving anything, and I don't see this being of any fruitful benefit.
It's over. It's over. You don't talk about it.
Yeah. You can insult me all you like, and that's all you've been doing. That's all you've been doing. So I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting your behaviour. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. So you're just highlighting your position and how disrespectful you want to be as your way to argue through. You never provided the evidence of anything. You're just saying
The debate is over. If you will speak, I will
you're
refute.
right. It's over.
Okay.
So
The debate is over. Why are you talking?
that's right. So that's fine. So you don't have to insult me anymore. You can go away now. It's fine. You don't have to insult me.
All right.
I won't debate you because you're not worth debating. So that's good enough. So
No, I'm on the screen. I'm the star.
so, yeah, and I think you need to read the Quran because you obviously don't know it. Like,
No, Ray. No. Ray. Don't tell me to read the context. I memorize.
You can see how this works.
Why did you mute me? Okay, you mute him as well. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so thanks for the conversation. I appreciate Ray and Aladdin for discussion. There's no need to argue and insult each other.
No, I
That's
did
not
not.
what we do. No,
I am
that's
sorry.
not what
I
we
do
do.
apologize. I do apologize. You see, I'm saying it now live. I do apologize if he said that I insulted him. That was not my intention. I used the same words that he used. He said you are ignorant of using that, so I used the same word, ignorant. So using the words that came out of his mouth. So if he
You
was
said a lot more than just ignorant. A lot more than that.
I'm telling you, if I offended you,
Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry if I offended you. Can you hear me? So
But it's
can you
not just not
can
the
you
ignorant bit.
saying
That's not an issue. It's the other insults you make. The absolute personal insults is what I'm talking about.
I said your comprehension is very slow, and this is fact. Because you really didn't answer what I was saying. I answered you, but you kept saying I did not. And you kept repeating the same question. So I said, I am sorry. With all the respect to you, your comprehension is very slow because I answered your question 3 times. But you never listened.
You never answered once, mate. I asked for the evidence of this Torah and Jill. I'm still waiting for it.
It's over. It's over. This is going nowhere. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us with you. God bless you. I appreciate that. God bless.
No problem. Christian
And I
Project.
ask you permission again, please. I'll post this on my channel. I hope you don't mind. I asked your permission at the beginning. Okay? Thank you very much. God bless. Thank you.
Do what you want. Okay. May the truth be told. Thank you once again, Ray, for joining.
That's okay. You're my
Really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Sorry that
I don't think a person like that you can really have an open discussion. It would never ever go anywhere. It's not answering directly the questions that are being raised. It's an Islamic claim, and you just throw it back on me, or you would do the same for anyone, and you'll never get to a point where even if you have the evidence right in his face, he's still going to deny it. So it's just an impossible case, I think. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I know Aladdin is. If you know him already, he usually do this. Try to belittle someone.
Yeah, he does.
So apologies if he feels like this. Tries to speak down on someone, and instead of attacking the argument, he attacking the person personally.
Exactly right.
Going at hominem, which is not the structure of the debate, and so on. So, Christian Apologetics, if you're there, I'll give it to you, and then we'll end it.
All right. Thank you very much, Fuji. Thank you, Ray. I hope we would see one of you.
Yes, of course.
We hope
it's been a pleasure, and I love what you're doing and what you were doing earlier, and all that in-depth discussion was really, really good about Daniel 7. That was excellent. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. So yeah, thank you. So, okay, folks. Yeah, there you have it. We spoke about Daniel 2, chapter 2, and Daniel chapter 7, and also we spoke about. We then moved to the Islamic dilemma, a short debate between Ray and Aladdin. It was very insightful, and hopefully by next week we will be having another discussion on is Muhammad prophesied in the Bible, and we'll be looking at another topic, another biblical verse entirely. So till next week, by the grace of God, till then, God bless you. Thank you, Ray, for joining us. Thank you, Aladdin, for making it a time. Thank you also, David, for always sharing the live stream and supporting us in the ministry. God bless you, brothers. Thank you, Young Christian Thoughts, Young Christian Projectics together. These are partners and we are brothers, and we've been doing it for a while now. So thank you, everyone. Till next week, from all of us, we are saying bye-bye and God bless you all.
God bless. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
God bless.